Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and we're playing Rayman 1 for the Atari Jaguar. Now, even though this video is titled Rayman Jaguar Part 1, I actually already did a video on this game covering the Ray Breakout minigame that you can do when starting up the game. So if you just go down to the video description, you can find a link to my playlist for this game, so you can easily find that video. You might want to watch it, regardless of whether you're interested in that unique minigame that isn't in very many versions of this game, because at the end of the video, I accidentally triggered the opening cutscene, and I don't really have a way to watch it again without turning the game off, and I don't want to give up my reward for beating that minigame. So, if you want to see the opening cutscene, you're going to have to go to that video. Anyways, let's get started with, the main game now. So, here we are, in the Dream Forests at Pink Plant Woods. Okay, B seems to be jump. I need to get familiar with the Atari Jaguar controller. So we got a teen there. Teens canonically have little fairies inside them. They're like these orbs with fairies in them. That sign there will take us out of the level if we want to. That ball up there makes our fist more powerful, but we can't even punch right now, so it'd be kinda pointless to get that even if we could reach it. Here is an extra life, and I guess we can reach it. Oh wait, that doesn't make our fist more powerful. That gives us 2 more max health. That you see in the top left corner, we went from 3 to 5. It's just the things that make your fist more powerful. Oh wait, the things that make your fist more powerful are actually fist-shaped, I just remembered. The red balls are always health. Anyways, that's the end of the first section of this first level. There's a lot of stuff in here that we're not gonna be able to do yet because we don't have certain abilities. So, for example, we can't get up there until we get more abilities. Hitting certain invisible points can make things appear, like those enemies back there, but that can also make good things appear sometimes too, like cages you want to destroy. So sometimes you're gonna have to explore a bit to find these invisible points. So up there you can see a cage that we can't reach right now. I almost fell in the water there. I've tried playing this game once before. This is a checkpoint, by the way. Get in our picture there. But yeah, I've tried playing this game once before, and I had some trouble with it because of the D-pad. This doesn't have the same issue as the GameCube D-pad. There's another cage over there we can't get. And we've got some piranhas coming up. But yeah, this doesn't have the same issue as the GameCube D-pad, whereas the GameCube's D-pad is too small. Another cage we can't get. But this D-pad is massive, and it's a little too sensitive to up and down. So sometimes it'll think you're trying to press up or down when you're just trying to press left or right. But I haven't run into that issue yet in this video. Hello, Rayman. I'm Batilla the Fairy. I'm going to help you in your quest. You've done well so far, but you'll have to face tougher creatures. I can give you a new power. Press the C button to punch. So yeah, we can charge up our punch to shoot it out, or if we just press it, it goes this short distance. and a charged up punch is stronger. And punching in the middle of the air is basically the same as a charged up punch, except you can do it instantly. So we can knock this plum down and use it to get up here. And yeah, with the ability to punch, we could break one of the cages we've already seen, but we still can't break all of the cages earlier in the level, so we're not going to go back for that cage yet. These cages normally take 2 hits, but you know, if you use your charged up or mid-air punch, you can break them in 1. There's 6 cages per level, and you need to destroy all of them if you want to beat the game, so you want to keep that in mind. The exact locations of cages change between different versions of the game. The Atari Jaguar version, from what I hear, the cages are mostly the same as the PS1 version, although not completely identical. Anyways, that fist power up there has our fist shoot out faster. And yeah, we knocked this piranha's teeth out. It's a funny thing you can do in a lot of Rayman games. There's another cage. And is there, like, anything below us? I don't think so. Ah! Where did you come from? Bullet gloves? Where do they come from? Anyways, so a lot of these enemies are just spawning, and I think that by going off screen, they'll respawn anyways. Yeah, so you know, you don't have to go around fighting every enemy, because they'll just respawn. But that's fine. If we want to get something, I believe we want to take this plum down here and into the water. And then we ride it across. This glove increases our punching ability, like our strength. Makes us do more damage. So, for example, with a normal punch, we would be able to break a cage in 1 hit now. Okay, so I don't think we're missing anything, but yeah, where do we want to go? Because I'm pretty sure there's another cage in this section. Is it this way? I think so. Well, you know, I think this is where it was in the PS1 version, but you can see it's up above now. But here, we've got a little minigame to play if we pay this magician here 10 tings. I almost said 10 lums. Yeah, lums weren't part of the series yet in Rayman 1. I don't think okay, I can do this minigame, actually. Thought I needed another ability. It would be easier with another ability. But I don't necessarily need that ability. This is gonna be really precise without having that. Let's try again. I want to pay you more tings. This is gonna be brutal. Like, I don't know if I'm making too many jumps, because, like, I might be able to take shortcuts by skipping a jump somewhere. But we did it. Perfect. We get a life for that. And then if we replay the bonus, I think we just try to improve our time and it doesn't get you anything. At least that's how it is in PS1. Yeah, so the PS1 version of Rayman 1 came out before the Jaguar version, because the PS1 version came out like September 1st of 1995, whereas the Jaguar version, he respawns so fast, but the Jaguar version came out September 9th. But the Jaguar version was actually the first version they were developing. Not counting unreleased versions like the Super Nintendo version, which never came to be. Ow. It was too low for me to duck under that. I didn't realize. Got a little fist power up here. So we know we're not gonna have to look for any more cages in this level, because the 3 that we're missing, we've seen. They're earlier in the level that we couldn't get. Okay, got rid of that guy again. And that is the end of Pink Plant Woods. So we can go up and save our game, which we'll definitely do. You want to do that between every level. And now we'll move on to Anguish Lagoon. So we've got another sign that can let us leave. But we don't want to just immediately leave. We've got these swinging plums here, and we've got... Well, I said lums weren't in this game yet, but that's basically a purple lum. It just wasn't referred to as a purple lum yet. But yeah, we can't do anything with that yet. So for now, we'll just swing on over here. Doesn't seem like there's anything up there. Down here, we've got this guy to deal with and a cage to get. And we can use the plum to get back across the level, back to where we were. I really feel like we're supposed to be able to get something over here. Like, find an invisible point, like, on top of these mushrooms and make a cage down here up here. Maybe I'm misremembering, or maybe that's different in the Jaguar version. But whatever the case, we can't seem to do anything there right now. So there's another cage. It sounded like something might have... Yeah, I made something appear here. That gets me a power-up. So we've got 2 cages. There's a 3rd cage, but, like, I'm pretty sure we did miss a cage near the start that we maybe could have gotten, but we can't get all of them here yet anyways, so let's just finish for now. And we'll come back here later. when we can do everything for sure. Anyways, the music here is interesting. And we have a boss fight against Bazit, a mosquito. Okay, I needed to charge up there. He's trying to bite me. You want to duck there so that your fist goes low enough to hit him when he's down at the bottom. And there we go, Bazit is defeated, and now we've befriended him. And this section where we ride Bazit is definitely a bit different in this version of the game compared to any other version. Because instead of using your fist, Bazit can just shoot. So we got a cage here. I know in the PS1 version, you would just ride Bazit slowly at first, and you could use your fist, and then partway through he would speed up, and then you wouldn't be able to use your fist anymore. But if we look at the end of this section, you'll see that the tings that I assume we're close to yeah, it's cool that they brought Bazit's behavior here back in Rayman Origins. But yeah, the teens say 1, 3, 6, 4, so that's your code for playing the Ray Breakout minigame that we did in the last video. I wasn't expecting him to just fly off screen like that. That was interesting. Anyways, you're courageous, Rayman, but you'll have to keep at it. You now have the power to hang. Okay. So yeah, we can hang from ledges now, so that's cool. At this point, we should be able to 100% the first level. So we could go back there. But yeah, beating this level unlocked 2 other levels. Dream Forest Forgotten Swamps and Bandland Bongo Hills. Let's save, of course. And I guess let's go back to Pink Plant Woods. Sure. Now, there shouldn't be any cages here. If all of our cages were here, we could just get them and then go back to the start to that arrow sign to just exit the level. But now that we have to progress past this point, we're actually gonna have to play the whole level. Because, yeah, the pause menu, like, you can't just exit the level. Ooh. Okay, I can't grab that. But I made stuff appear behind me. I didn't climb up here before. Here was another minigame we could have played. But we're playing it now. Yeah, this one doesn't look as tricky as that other one. There we go, easy, perfect. And look at all those teens over there. I will take them. Get away from me, Dark Toon. Dark Toons are anti-toons that are loyal to Mr. Dark. Anyways, now that we're up here, we should be able to get a few cages. Like this one. Ah! That downgraded our fist power. In the PS1 version, your fist power only downgrades if you die, not if you get hit. But yeah, we got another cage there. And if we knock this plum down, we can get this cage. So that's all of the cages in this level. We've still got to finish it, though. It skips the little Batilla the Fairy section. Yeah, our 1-ups do not respawn. So that's something worth mentioning. But yeah, the little Batilla the Fairy sections, you don't redo. You also usually don't redo boss levels, but Bazit is kind of an exception to that, since that immediately leads into riding Bazit. But like, in other versions of the game, you don't redo the Bazit fight either. It's just on the Atari Jaguar version you redo that one. But on those versions, you still do end up redoing the riding Bazit part. Because normally, even if you're not fighting a boss, if a boss appears in a section, you don't replay that section when you replay through the level. But again, Bazit is just the exception to that a lot of times. And there we are. I believe that's the end of the level. So yeah, we have officially 100%ed Pink Plant Woods. We can't finish Anguish Lagoon yet, so let's move on to the Forgotten Swamps. Well, we want to finish the Dream Forest before we move on to Band Land, so... yeah, Forgotten Swamps. Who is this? Why, this is Tarzan. We'll help him get his clothes back. Tarzan gives Rayman a magic seed. To grow plants, press the A button. Cool, so we got a little temporary power-up. That only applies to this section of this level. Or we can just plant these little plants here, or these big plants that we can use to platform up here. Okay, so we've got a cage there. And another cage up there, so there's 2 cages in this section, like in the PS1 version. Cool. I would love to play the PC version at some point, since, you know, that has different cage layouts, but... I feel like it'd be hard to get that version working. Okay, so we're probably not gonna get this life. We did. Alright, we made it. Gotta walk far enough forward to make it spawn, go grab it, and go to the end. That worked out surprisingly well. But yeah, like, I know on the PC version, because there's a cage missing in that last section, you actually get a cage here, where it spawns here if you go down to where that guy is standing. But yeah, you can drop these plums onto these guys' heads. And you can then use them as platforms, and then if you were going for the PC cage, you'd start defeating them and jumping back, but this isn't the PC version, so we don't need to worry about that. That plum is a little further over than I was hoping. You know what? We're fine. Okay, it doesn't seem like we're missing anything. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That's awesome. I would really like to get rid of these guys before I do anything crazy. So is there any reason I would need to go this way? I don't think so. Yeah, so I don't think there was much of a need to use that other plum, but I'll use this one. This gets us to a cage, so we needed to do that. I'm pretty sure we should be able to get all of the cages in this level in one run. Like, we don't need any extra abilities. Although you did in the PC version, because, yeah, there was another cage in this section in the PC version. I'm starting to think I did miss a cage in that last section, and I should have ridden that one plum. But that's fine, we'll just go back in, it shouldn't take too long. But yeah, let's not miss that jump. I have screwed it up. I mean, I don't want to die. I'm pretty sure we have to redo this level anyways, so I think I'm just gonna finish and try not to die. I can hear them appearing. But yeah, we're gonna have to redo this level. That's fine. How did we miss half the... I mean, I can kind of see how we missed half of them, actually. Yeah, let's jump back in. I'm not even gonna save, because, like... You know, I didn't really successfully do this. I could have done better. But yeah, let's just climb back up here. There's nothing really new to do in this section. And now it's easier since we don't need to get cages or extra lives. thought I was gonna miss that jump, to be perfectly honest. Just get out of my way, Mr. Guy. I didn't need to plant that, but whatever. It looked like the life still tried to spawn, but couldn't, because I already had it. Anyways, I guess let's just try going under the whole level, because I think that'll make a cage spawn at one point. Like if we use this plum and take it to the right. To the right, please. Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, that, I think that is the plum no, I was thinking of this plum, so I didn't take that other plum to the right, I guess. Alright, well, we got the cage we needed. I think that was our first death. Yeah, I should have realized that I would stay on the falling platform and not end up on the plum if I just rode the platform down. Sometimes you just don't know how those mechanics are gonna work until they happen. Anyways, we got ourselves mostly powered up again. We've got the extra health and, you know, a speed fist. I don't need to get any of those cages again, so let's just continue on. At least I'd better not have to recollect the one that I got before I died. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be happy. I think we just made a cage appear down below because we went up here. Yeah, so that's one we missed. So then the only other one left should be the one from making this jump. Okay, I just barely made it. We get to do a bonus here. So let's try that. Oh no. I've already screwed this up horribly, and I can't really... I mean, I'm gonna lose. But yeah, this one is ridiculous and absurd, and I only have one more chance at it, so... I did beat this one on, like, a bonus video on my PS1 playthrough. So I don't feel, like, obligated to beat it again here. But I sure as heck am gonna try. I did it! I feel like it's easier in this version. Because I feel like I could jump to a bunch of things that... I couldn't do before. And yeah, going up this path gets us to our last cage. And this should take us to the end of the level. So, alright. As much as I would love to finish the Dream Forest in this video, we're past a half hour, so I think I'm gonna cut it here. So yeah, we'll move on to Dream Forest Mosquito's Nest in the next video. I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you then.